Greetings freaks and folks, this is Vlad. It's 6 PM my time, and that means for me that the new champion spoiler is here. So I'm pressing, oh that's the wrong one, and I'm pressing F5 and we'll see what champion we'll get today, and it's indeed Vayne. So people kind of predicted that to some degree, I don't have any clue why, but here we are and it's Vayne. So let's dive into it, give it a like, and see what Vayne is all about. I really like her. I played her a lot in League, and she's a sort of a demon hunter, I think. So probably Demacia?
Ready yourself. The night awaits.
It is Demacia, okay. And it's a 3-drop. We don't really have a lot of 3 mana champions already, right? And it's a 3/4, so the Riven set line. It says when I'm summoned or around start, create a tumble in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. And a tumble is this spell right here. And level up, you say I've seen you attack 4 times. So it has the exact same level up like Quinn and also like MF. So sort of pre-built already Quinn Vayne or MF with Vayne, right? And Tumble is a 3 mana slow speed, and it says an ally starts a 3 attack, equip an equipment that costs 2 or less to it. What? Wow. That's pretty strong. I mean, it kind of says that you need to build Vayne always with the equipments, right? But other than that, starting a free attack upon summon, I mean, you have to pay the cost, right? But you have this in the back all the time, and we have seen the Rune Reckoner, I think is the name, from Noxus, how strong that is, that you start a free attack there. And if you, upon round start, make this cost less, you will then have a 0 mana free attack for that as well. So, yeah, that's pretty good already. Slow the vote in the middle.
If we hesitate, we die, and I'm not interested in dying.
I like her approach. Oh, there's a doggo. I see it. I want to know what this doggo does.
Closely at their eyes.
Oh wow! You start a free attack with that, and you rally.
One way or another.
That's pretty sick.
Swift death.
I mean, you can play it on the enemy turn, right? He was playing it on his turn, but if you play it on your turn and equip the scout weapon, I think you actually rally from that.
Very well.
Very dramatic music here. Here comes the doggo. If an ally died this round, I cost 2 less. That's really weird. That's normally the requirement for the Shadow Isles cards, right? And play equip me with an equipment that costs 2 or less from hand. That's not too bad.
Much for pets, but
That's not too
this
bad.
one is fine.
The set line. Comes to level up.
I will release them from their pain.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that one. And now when I'm summoned or around start, create a 0 cost tumble in hand, and if you have one, reduce its cost by 3. Okay, so kind of if you already have one in hand that costs 3, you make it cost 0. And every round start, you actually create this tumble. Let me go back here for a second and see her level 1. Yeah, so on round start, so we always create this. That's nasty. I was actually not reading this entirely. So every round start, if you don't have a tumble, you get this back anyways. And now you do after the level up, and it's free there. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. So you always want to have things like quick attack, right? To have a free attack that's safe. I don't know what that is. We'll see that in a second. But it seems like a strike card.
Beyond saving.
What was that? There's also something with auto-equipping, right? There's the Dark and Aegis.
She looks more capable than most people.
Love the Dark and Aegis, so definitely good with that one. And you also want to have that in
Those who
Vayne
kill
decks.
innocents are no more than fiends.
Okay, more
Return to innocence.
crossbow stuff going
By
on
my
here.
hand, I will end their suffering.
She's so rude. Here comes the rumble. Yeah, yet again with it. Like, you really want to have the scout weapons improvised with Vayne, because every time you will just start rallying from that. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, so Vayne really fitting into the Demacia identity, and because of the multiple attacks that she's providing, right? And also that the fact that she gives you a free token or a token card every round start is good in itself already. We have seen it with Riven, but the Riven aren't, like, this is beyond the power level of the tokens that Riven is providing, right? As you can have a free attack every now and then for 3 mana, and every round start you get a new one of these. So you really want to have the Vayne surviving. Let's see what her signature card does. It's a 6 mana fast speed spell, so 6 mana you would definitely think about Lux and also Jace. And it says an ally strikes an enemy, so sort of concerted strike. If you have attacked 2+ times this round, I cost 5 less. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. So a concerted strike only with 1 unit, and it's for 1 mana if you have a scout attack this turn. I mean, up to that point, you really want to have the board clear from the enemy, right? You want to clear the enemy blockers before you attack, before you get in, and you have to attack 2 times to trigger this actually. And yeah, maybe you don't have any units left up to that point. But if you have a small units that do those 2 attacks and you keep a big one in the back, you can still use this Condemned for 1 mana then and strike something away. That's pretty good. I like that one a lot. And we have Fish Fight, which is probably a token card as well. It doesn't have a rarity gem. Let's see if something provides this. There's actually no unit down here that will give you the Fish Fight. That's really weird. An equipped ally strikes an enemy, then is unequipped. Okay, so you kind of throw that fish at the enemy and your weapon is gone, right? I really love the flavor there. That's great for Pantheon decks as well. Wow. I mean, for 2 mana, you unequip an equipment, because most of the time, especially if you have the Darken weapon, right? The one from Targan, you really want to have that back in your hand to play, I think, Trazi or something? I forgot the name of it. Like the big Darken unit that will support and give you its stats and the spell shield. And you definitely want to have that in hand to play her then. And sometimes you want to unequip a unit, and yeah, you normally only would do this when you kill this unit or if you equip another on it. So this is pretty nasty, as you can unequip something, target something, and then you have something to target on the next turn to trigger the Pantheon level up, right? Then we have the Steadfast Elkin, a 1 mana 2/2. Sifria is already crying in the corner as Sifria doesn't have anything else with it. But he also has, the first time I see an ally equipped, grant me tough. Wow. That's not too bad actually. A 1 mana 2/2 with tough, potentially. I mean, you can curve that out into a the 2 mana improvise weapon mass that we have in Ionia and Noxus. And you, more often than not, will actually do the combination of Demacia with these 2 regions. So definitely easy to meet this requirement. And also pretty good weapons in Demacia as well. We have seen this with the Aegis, the new Darken Aegis, and we definitely love that one with the Steadfast Elkin, because it's very cheap equipment, right? And you can enable the tough there. Then we have a 2 mana 2/3 of the Zealous Ranger Knight. Attack, give equipped allies +1/+1 this round. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Because he himself is, understated for what he costs. I mean, it's somewhat a vanilla stat line, but then again, you don't really have an equipped unit on turn 1, right? To curve out into him and then attack potentially and have value. And later down the line, he will just be too weak and will just be eaten upon attack. And maybe you don't have enough equipped allies to really get a payoff from including this dude in the deck. I think there are way too many units, especially in Demacia 2-drop wise, that are way better than that one. And we have the Faithful Wolf Dog. We have seen that one already, a 3 mana 2/3. It will cost 2 less if I died this round. And you equip him an equipment with 2 or less costs from your hand. I really like that one. I don't know if I find any home for him to include him, but I really love the flavor of it. Like the fact that it could come down for 1 mana is just great, especially with all these rallies, right? Where you want to end the game early and threaten the enemy with a lot of attacks and they spread out board state. Definitely are happy having a unit that will cost not so much and be a stat stake in itself, and potentially the Faithful Wolf Dog could be if you have an equipment in hand like the Darken Aegis, for example, on him. Then we have the Kind-Hearted Recruit, which is a 5 mana 5/5 the classic stat line. When I'm summoned, give equipped allies barrier this round. Yeah, yet again, don't know about this one. A stat stick with nothing else. He has no keywords, he doesn't have any value over the barrier. But, I mean, of course the effect is pretty sick. Maybe there would be Shen decks where you could fit in this one to, yeah, level Shen more consistently. Maybe Shen with equipment is a thing where you could do this dude in. But he's kind of useless afterwards, right? You rather would include the Dragon, the 4-5 with Challenger over this dude, because, yeah, the Challenger is just great with Shen together, and maybe the kind-hearted Recruit not so much, even though he has a kind heart. And then we have the Blood-Cursed Harpy, which is a 6-mana, 6-4 with Scout, and upon play you equip it with an equipment that costs 2 or less from hand, so the same like the Faithful Wolf Dog. The first time I would die, while equipped, fully heal me and destroy the equipment instead. That feels kind of bad, I gotta say that. I mean, from the improvise you can maybe get equipments that don't feel so good or not so important. Then you could potentially have this on the Blood-Cursed Harpy, maybe the +3/+2 and not be able to block. Maybe this is very good for her, the Harpy, because you have a Scout attack, you can threaten 2 big attacks. And yeah, if it dies you don't really care, the equipment will just crumble and the Blood-Cursed Harpy will be revived with a 6-4 stat line, and you have still the Scout sticking on the board. About power level, I don't really know though. Yet again, very hard, very expensive, not for what it does, but it's a very late state in the game, right? At mana 6, and a Cytheria is in Demacia, which is potentially better, way better than the Blood-Cursed Harpy. I mean, if you really wanna have those Scout attacks and Scout things, maybe that's a thing. Alright, let's hop on to Runeterra AR, see if there are new cards sticking around that we can check out here. Not yet. Yeah, so neither Runeterra AR nor Mobilitix does have the stuff, but on Twitter, the Legends of Runeterra account will always provide stuff. Yeah, we have seen those, we have talked about them, and also these cards, but the only thing that we haven't talked about and we see here is the Widowed Huntress, a 4-mana 3/3 with Challenger. Not too bad. Play, equip me with an equipment that costs 2 or less from hand. Yeah, I really like that one. Here I gotta say, this is, here the effect really comes into play. Like, just imagine you have the one with quick attack on hand, you have maybe the one from PNZ. There's one new equipment that will give you quick attack as well. I think it's also the Darken card there. And this together with the Widowed Huntress is just bonkers, because you have a 4-mana 5/3 then, I think, with quick attack and Challenger. This is just phenomenal. Phenomenal card and phenomenal combination. Also with the Darken Aegis, just great. You have a 4-mana 4/4 with Challenger and Tough. This can't be bad. So I think the Widowed Huntress is one of the stronger ones. Maybe a Setfest Alkin does find a home. The Kind-Hearted Recruit not so much, and yeah, the Zealous Ranger Knight neither. All of these don't seem really powerful. I have to wait and see how it turns out, but from my first impression, the Vayne package and her followers are not so great. Vayne herself though is just bonkers. Like the tumble and the card that you can have the 3 attack every single turn, every round start, or not every single turn, but every time you have the attack token, right? I know it's actually round start, I'm misreading on and on. It's actually every round start, so you can potentially every round you can play this tumble, and you can have a free attack. So combine her with something busted that wants to attack and go for it. Thinking about things like Fizz, things like Riven, those are the units that really want to attack, maybe even Renekton if that's a thing. But yeah, maybe Fizz is the best way to go here, because it's activating the Fizz thingamajig, the elusive, and it will also start the free attack with it. So tomorrow we'll actually get the new patch, the new expansion. I'm really hyped for that, and we'll see forward to that. Vayne not so much. I think Seraphine will be the first champion I would build around, so if you don't want to miss out on that, you can always subscribe up here. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Vayne, by the way. And on this side there's another really spicy video for you ready, so go for the next. Until next time, you stay legendary. Vlad out.